Hey guys, this is John. Another update from the Reykjavik Open. A very fresh update. I just finished round 3 about 15 minutes ago. I played Grandmaster Suri Vaibhav from India, 25-44 FIDE. This is my first Grandmaster of the tournament. And the opening went relatively how I expected it to go. I had about an hour for preparation, so I looked at a few different things. He was a little hard to prepare for because he plays e4, d4, knight f3, c4, all the major moves for white. However, we did get into a line that I thought we might get into, so I had a brief look at it before the game. However, he played a tricky variation within this line that really forced me to remember my preparation. And that's a typical thing for a competitive tournament player, is remembering your prep. It's not enough to just look at a line once and say, okay, I'm good. You actually have to be able to recall it when it's crunch time. And we got into a situation where I did recall my line, but I had to burn a ton of time doing so. There was one particular critical move where I thought for about 20 minutes. Meanwhile, my opponent was just blitzing out the moves. He definitely knew what he was doing, had studied that line before. So I felt good about remembering my preparation, but didn't feel so great about having to burn a lot of time to do so. We got into a position where I felt I was very close to equality, if not already fully equalized. He sacked a pawn, kind of a strategic compensation, slight initiative too. I ended up giving the pawn back in order to get my pieces out. We got into an endgame, a bishop endgame, with an equal number of pawns. If you recall, I had a game against this international master Kamrakulov in the first round of the St. Louis Classic, which was also a same color bishop endgame with an equal number of pawns. And much like that game, unfortunately guys, I lost. I got outplayed. I had a very brief look at it just on my phone after the game, just on the Chess24 app. The Chess24 app has a pretty weak engine. It's not so great in endgames in particular, so I'm not quite sure what to think. This is one of these games where, coming out of it, I don't exactly know where I went wrong. It just felt like he played a little bit better than me and kept the pressure on, and that was enough for the full point. So these type of games, I don't mind losing. I know I'm going to learn something when I go back and look at it. Obviously, I wish I could have held, and I suspect there is a way to do it. If any of you guys have any comments about it, this game was broadcast. I was on board 7 this round, so let me know what you guys think, your impressions of this bishop endgame. But it was tricky. He had this outside pass pawn. I had an inner pass pawn. I ended up putting my pawn on e4. Typically, you shouldn't put your pawns on the same color as your bishop, but it felt to me like it was the only way to play it. But yeah, now I'm starting to second guess it. Maybe I should have left the pawn on e5. Anyways, food for thought. So this was the longest day of the tournament, 2 rounds. It's about 10 o'clock right now. I'm just gonna go get something to eat. And tomorrow's round is nice and late. I think it's 3 o'clock, something like that. I'll go and check. So I'm on 2-1. I'll probably get paired down tomorrow with the white pieces, and I'm gonna push for the win for sure. All right guys, thanks for following me in this tournament, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.